Greetings fellow conquistadors, I'm Chevalier and I bid you welcome to the initial situation and guide of Aragon. Now we're going to talk about the guide, the expansion guide of Aragon. Now if you're wondering why I'm saying conquistadors, it's because you're going to form Spain, as I said before. This is going to have to be done militarily from this decision here, and you're going to have a PU over Castile when the Iberian event wedding happens. So that is one of the best events, or not the best, a good event. Actually, if your Castile is better, I guess, because you're gonna get Aragon on Naples, and you're gonna actually integrate them. So if your Castile is better, yeah, the Castile is has the better event. But yeah, so let's talk about expansion and how and whom you should attack. Your first and foremost challenge is, I would say, keeping the Italian states into the HRE. Now if you're thinking like this, why should I keep the HRE, the Italian states to the HRE? Because you're gonna become the HRE emperor diplomatically. You already know the way, it's on my channel, on some tutorials videos how to become the HRE emperor. Although I'm gonna go with a small recap. Get alliance with Mainz, get alliance with Chevalier, and get alliance with Cologne. Improve relations at max. That is gonna allow you to have enough votes to become the HRE emperor, and that is that. For a short version of it, I'm not gonna go into the details because it's gonna take too long. Now this should happen once this guy dies here. He's 29, so it's possible for you to get it up in 10 years and keep it there for about 5, depending on how much points does Austria does spend into this case here, but it's doable. So there's nothing you should be afraid on that side. Now, your first target should be the Papal State. You can fabricate claim on Rome, and then on this ones as well. The problem here that we face is that you cannot take these lands. You should try to actually do this and put the Papal State as hostile. Perhaps Naples will take it, so you can actually fabricate some claims from Naples. That is gonna help you as well. So that can be done. Also, another way is for you to declare war on this guy, on Venice. Basically taking lands from Venice and then fabricating claims on the Papal State. Either way, these are your primary two targets: Papal State and Venice for your first attacks. They all should help you keep the HRE into the empire by taking the lands here. So this straight here with this ones here up to Rome, that will keep you keep the lands into the HRE. Oh really, victory cards. What the fuck is this? Here, there we go. Now, as for what's called states, you have this good state here, which is really quite huge. If I say so myself, a huge amount of territories. That's 20, that's 27, that's 48, 52, 62, 80 development only in this state here. So it's better if you take this. Although I highly doubt you're gonna take full control of the Venice trade node. Try to keep a guy there to lead some trade, so you can get more cash if at all possible, because you're gonna have control over some of the trade power in the Venice trade node. Now, from Venice, you should take also Crete or Euboria. I would recommend taking Euboria first, or Naxos, one of these guys here, so you can start fabricating claims on their lands. Then after you have fabricated claims, you should start feeding lands to Naples from these guys here, which is doable. Now, you should also take, if possible, Corfu, so you can fabricate claims on Epirus. But yeah, Euboria is all you need. Then you're gonna fabricate claims on these guys. You'll need to have Epirus first, or Albania, so you can actually start feeding lands to Naples. So either this or this. You can take it with no CP. They're gonna be a little bit expensive, but it still does not matter. Now, if you look at this, this guy should die, but we'll talk about the expansion into those lands later on, because they're not that much of a priority. Taking Byzantium, it's a priority, of course. Taking away the lands here, but Byzantium is not a priority because I want them to pass the event. The event will actually get them more development, which is really gonna give more power to this region here, and you're gonna be always gonna cost you more. You're gonna have a better state. It's gonna go up to like 30 or something like that. No, it's gonna get 442, so that's 10, I think. So it's 33 is gonna be really huge. And you're gonna have what, 32 with 10, 40. Yeah, it's not gonna be that much, but I'd say it's gonna be better. It's not gonna be Venice or Seine, I guess. Oh, Seine is not that big. Like, this is bigger Venezia. Same goes for Lombardy. Man, Lombardy is really huge. 30, 50, 70, 90, 110. Development only. Yeah, in Italy, yeah. Sorry. It's really huge. But yeah, Byzantium should be your second focus after you have taken provinces here. The problem is that you cannot feed the lands from Byzantium to Naples, so you should try to release him if you can. Again, it depends. You have two options: either release Byzantium and feed Byzantium, or feed lands to Naples. It's up to you. Although Naples will have to core this side here as well, and the lands from Venice, maybe some lands from the Balkans as well. So this is gonna be to some degree really occupied. Now let's go to this side here. This wars will be over at some point. Now, depending on how many favors, let's actually confirm, apply. Okay, so if you look at this, you're gonna gain favors. You're gonna gain one favor every 3 years. So you're gonna need 30 years for Austria to agree to attack France. If you actually want to do this, you can. Let's wait for the 1st of December. Let's go to speed 5. Come on, PC. Yeah, it's really slow. Okay, we do not care about that. As you can see, they're gonna be cold. I do not own 10 favors. So yeah, they're gonna refuse the cold warms. I cannot give them any land because simply I do not own any land that they can core. So that's gonna be problematic. If you by some chance are not rivaled with England, an alliance with England should be doable as well. Though try to see who is friendly to you by simply checking with this and see who is friendly. As you can see, they are these guys are neutral, threaten, friendly. See, province is friendly, so you can actually ally province. Now let's talk about dismantling and killing France. My recommendation to you is again go for vassalization and have Gascony as a vassal. Gascony spreads to some provinces here. As you can see, they have a huge amount of provinces that they can release. What is this? A huge amount of provinces. Well, so that is doable as well, having Gascony as one of your vassals. That is gonna help you a lot. So into feeding and controlling as well. Now, this will cause you some problems because you're gonna have a vassal in Naples, a vassal in Byzantium, and a vassal in Gascony, and a vassal in Castile later on when the event fares. So, my recommendation is annexation, and annexation really fast. This guy here, if you look at the influence, you can actually integrate in 92. So basically in 48 years. It's not that great, but again, it's your best available time. As for inheriting Aragon, it doesn't really say. If I look at here, there should be a modifier here that states inheriting Liberty Desire. Oh yeah, sorry. So not possible to inherit because I don't have the time, so I cannot inherit it. But yeah, this is doable also with the vessel here. Now, like I said, the problem will turn up in the simple fact that you're not gonna have enough. You're gonna have a high amount of Liberty Desire in your vassals, simply because they're gonna have more troops than you have. So that's gonna be problematic with your annexation. So try to take it really slow. but we're dealing with France. I recommend releasing yen and start feeding yen and taking some lands from this side as well. Now, another target that you should attack should be province. Province has this amount of development, so you can fabricate a claim here, take it and go. Whether you take it for yourself or feed it to Guyenne. For example, you fabricate a claim on Toulouse, fabricate a claim on a Borneo, and you release Guyenne from Toulouse, feed them Naborni, then feed province to France, basically. Then you can reward on France for the course here, and keep on going and keep on going to feed Guyenne, to feed Gascony, and feed more lands from province as well, lands from the Papal State, and slowly move up until you can actually integrate them. I recommend integration really fast, simply because, as I said before, you're gonna have too many vassals, and that's gonna be problematic. Now, here comes the tricky part. You're not gonna be able to expand into the new world that fast. You're gonna have to take some lands from this side here, and that's gonna be problematic. So, my recommendation was for you to go for influence ideas so you can integrate these guys faster and at a lesser cost. Then go for admin ideas so you can actually get the vassal integration act so you can integrate even faster and at a lesser cost as well. And then go for exploration ideas, then expansion ideas, then a military idea. This allows you to maximize your points while letting your PU, Castile, colonize to some degree. Basically, just colonize to some degree around this place here and colonize it. And Castile is gonna colonize, then you're gonna feed lands from Portugal to Castile to make him bigger, and you're actually gonna, when you integrate Castile, you're gonna have the full amount of lands from Castile. Now, for the Berbers here, usually I really hate this area. I actually really hate this area, and I really hate it right now. They're gonna be a huge pain in your ass. Chinese, especially if they ally with the Ottomans, they're gonna be a huge pain in the ass. Killing their fleet is important earlier on, and to some degree taking them provinces, although it's gonna be problematic. My best recommendation is just go for deep annexation. It's cheaper, it's gonna cost you less, you have the modifiers ready, so slowly take a guy here, have a vassal, release a vassal from this side, and slowly feed lands after lands after lands in integration. Take it really slow, to be honest. Like, do not use admin points because they're gonna cost you a ton. It is gonna cost you 5 points for development. Actually, is it gonna be cheaper at this rate? Due to the simple fact that cores are gonna be 5 per development. With the claim they're gonna be 4.5. if we are gonna have a modifier minus 25%, so let's say that you're gonna lose another 2.5 minus 75. You're gonna get down to 3 points per development. Yes, around 3 points for development, and with diplo points you have 45% divided by 2, that means 4, about 3 points. So it's like let's say 0.7 points difference between, and that is with admin ideas. Actually, with admin ideas, with having this core adaptability and having claims on everything you take. Right, so that is gonna be problematic. Now, my recommendation is to make your vassal to switch religion to your side, simply because these guys are gonna be annoying. Same goes for these guys. Try to have them as much as possible, and try to have them to your religion so they can convert their lands to some degree to your religion, or let them put the effort in doing it themselves, so that you won't suffer that much stuff, because you're gonna not gonna have a slot for religious ideas. Maybe if you want to go fifth religious, it's gonna be a long way into the game for you to go fifth religious, but yeah, it is doable if you want to go fifth religious. Now, this is it to some degree, to be honest. It really shows you where you should expand. It's not that ambitious, I would say so myself. The part with the HRE is doable. Fighting the Ottomans is doable. The strategy is quite simple, just blockade them here, Although if you actually own, it's not going to be doable anymore. Oh, goddamn paradox. So just debarking troops in your area and then slowly marching up against the Ottomans. They have around 30,000 troops, so you need to recruit some more troops to fight them on. Quite a little bit more now. They have like 24,000, man. If I go here, they should have like 20, 24, 27. Ottomans, 24,000 troops, basically. So if you actually have a landing point in Oboria, you can actually just instantly move and try taking those lands. Just focus on the forts, pretty standard stuff, and take your military. Focus on the forts so they're gonna be disabled. And this is it actually. There's nothing much to say about the Ottomans. As for France, pretty same stuff. Ally either Burgundy or England, depends on whether or not they actually rival you for no apparent reason. But it's doable for you to ally one of them and attack France. Attacking France alone is suicidal. My recommendation is, if you have no actual allies to attack France, wait for the peace with Castile and Naples and expand eastwards into the Ottomans first and Venice, then leave France for later on. These guys should be left to the late game or the mid to late game. If they have the opportunity for you to kill them, start killing them. If not, don't do it, because it's gonna be problematic. As for Castile, you have to get the event first. This is gonna happen depending on the luck here. Oh, no legal heir? Must have died. Oh, I think he forced him to disinherit, basically. Alright, I need prestige. Oh, I can actually make this guy disinherit. Actually, if I go here, what does the cost prestige? I'm really curious, sorry about this. Like, you know me. Actually, if you watch some of my stuff, you actually know that I'm really a curious bird. A curious cat. Let's actually see. Really? You gave me prestige 5. Glory to Aragon. Really? Oh, I had. And they took it like 2. There we go. So, just minus 50 prestige so I can disinherit this. They'll have no legal heir, unfortunately, but I have a good queen consort. That is gonna live for a while, so it was better for me to have no legal heir. Maybe I'll have a new guy, maybe at ooh, so nice. That is really nice. I really have to delve into those options. Let's actually wait a tick and see what happens now. So no legal heir. So if it's a regency, your queen consort is gonna happen, so there's not that much stuff here. Now, other than this, your notable enemy should be the Mamelukes as well, which should be killed after you kill the Ottomans, and then expanding into this side. Now, this is option 1 of the expansion way. Option 2 will be to basically go for exploration first, attack Castile for some lands here, then quickly go for the exploration, take this as well from them and this from Portugal, and move for the exploration. Now the problem here is that you're gonna need an alliance with France. There's no way to put it. To fight off Castile, you're gonna need an alliance with France, and France has to want to attack Castile, and that is the problem here. So it's better for you to just wait for the Iberian Way Edifier, then perhaps move by attacking Portugal if you can, if you have a CB against Portugal or anything of that sort. Again, it's problematic, but the later it goes, the better options you have to actually attack Portugal. Perhaps Castile is gonna have some claims. Again, more options. It's gonna be really problematic for you to expand, because you don't have the armies to fight both Castile and Portugal because they allied themselves. And you have no available allies. Perhaps Morocco, I guess. But yeah, perhaps Morocco. But that's about it. Morocco is gonna help you. But usually they're not gonna be able to debark any troops because they're gonna have fleet superiority here. And they're not gonna be able to debark troops, and you're gonna have to fight alone. So it's not recommended to attack Castile, because you're gonna have a lower amount of troops than they have. So yeah, the best option is go for land expansion first, then the second go for exploration. Then slowly move here. If you actually take care of the Mamelukes, you can actually expand through this area here and move into India and China through this part here, through what's it called, to Suez basically, and Damietta. So take Damietta and Suez, then you can build some ships and explore this side here with exploration ideas. And Castile is gonna colonize this for you because they're a PU. And if you attack Portugal, you can take some colonies from Portugal as well. Or if you fully take care of Portugal, the colony is gonna go to Castile, or no, it's gonna go to me, I think, right? So that's gonna be good as well. Again, not that many problems, if I say so myself. You just play defensively and it's gonna be fine. Notable targets. Any more notable targets? Hungary is gonna get a PO with also gonna get a PO to Hungary. That's gonna be problematic. Poland, you should get on the air to be from the elected monarchy and get your air on the Polish throne, and then force a PO over Poland. That's the standard stuff. England is gonna be problematic to some degree. Russia as well, because you don't have an easy way to squash Muscovy first. Although it is possible for you to move into the Ottomans really fast, and perhaps move into Crimea, go on a horde, Kazan, and just stop Muscovy. But again, it depends on your available army, your available troops. It's possible for you to go logistically there. Logistics is fine. The logistics are fine. You can move there, but troop-wise and the capital-wise, basically, to move into Crimea and Golden Horde in Kazan to stop Muscovy, it's really gonna be hard to find out. You'll need also CB, which is free to attack CB, to have vassals. It's a bit problematic. It's not available for, let's say, a medium level player like you. A high level player like you doesn't. High level player doesn't really need to watch this. Only low level players and medium level players. High level players, they're gonna think of this shit, and they're gonna probably just play as Aragon and see an opportunity, then start attacking left and right. Now, this is it for the expansion guide. There's nothing much more to add here. Yeah, hope you enjoyed this. Now, Denmark, yeah, it's not gonna be a problem. Perhaps Sweden, but yeah, it's truly late in the game. Focus on these local expansions basically. As for the timetable, it's Papal State, Venice, followed by Byzantium if you want to release him. If not, try to wait for an opening into the Ottomans. Then France, probably go here as well, into the Balkans in the meantime. Then the PU, then Portugal, then France again, then Ottomans again, depending on where the truces are. But yeah, just cycle to these attacks and you're gonna expand with no actual problems. But yeah, I'm Chevalier. I hope you enjoyed this. If you enjoyed this, consider liking, subscribing. Honestly, I will really like to hear from you in the comments. It will really help me, not boost morale, but really help me understand what you need from me and what can I do to make the series better. I hope you enjoyed this, guys, for a third time, and I'll see you next time. Ciao.